And there is the two-tone green of Simon Munir and Isaac Sued going out on track. Torpedo and looking to the betting. 4 to 11 is the price. Honourable at 9 to 2. Facuto at 12 to 1 from 16 to 1. And that one's been solid. Paddy the Chief 12s from 10s. 40 to 1 Last Enchantment. Flash Danza 66 to 1. And Tis Fantastic, the big outsider. Torpedo, Sam, looks like he could be a very, very nice horse.
Yeah, I was just looking back through the records and seeing that Upgrade actually got beaten on this day 21 years ago in the Tolworth by French Holly, and then went on to win the Champion Hurdle. 21 years ago, where's that time gone? So this is obviously another major Triumph Hurdle contender, really, Torpedo, if he could just, you know, manage to tick this box as well and win again at Sandown on slightly better ground and prove that he can cope with that. So he's a very interesting contender for the race in 8 or 9 weeks' time. This looks a pretty obvious opportunity for him. I don't need me to tell you that with the betting as it is, and no huge strength behind the Bridgewater horse.
Well, odds on and expected to do the business here, Nick.
Yeah, it has to concede the weight, however, and it's interesting that there is relative strength in the market behind Honourable. 9 to 2 plays 100 to 30 on, and Honourable is getting £10 from Torpedo.
He's the most interesting opponent because the level of form on the flat in France seemed okay, and he certainly stays well. And as we said before, it's a yard which is a track where Gary Moore is quite keen to enter some of his better horses. But briefly back to the favourite, what we are going to learn today, we'll find out if he can cope with better ground, because it was pretty soft when he won here before. There's no doubt he can jump, there's no doubt he stays. He stayed very well that day. But it'd be interesting to see how he copes with a slightly less attritional surface.
It'd be interesting to see how the ground rides, because of course, even though there was no real ground frost this morning, it's so cold, the course had no option but to cover earlier in the week. I think they did the right thing. They're frustrated because the frost didn't materialise, but Sod's Law would have dictated that had they not covered, it would have done. It normally rides pretty tacky when the covers have been down.
Yeah, I agree. You'd imagine it'd be quite dead. But we'll do the time, and hopefully we'll learn something from that. But I agree. I'm expecting it to be on the dead side.
Torpedo. Odds on to make a winning debut in this country for Nigel Twiston-Davis in the colours of Munir and Sued. Daryl Jacob, the man in the plate, and he looks as though he's lining up positively to make it a winning favourite in the opener. As we say, very good afternoon to Simon Holt.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nick. Afternoon all. Welcome to a really varied card at Sandown. So we're ready for the opener. The starter calling them forward. Torpedo to the fore in the green colours, and they're off and setting off at a fairly steady pace. Torpedo into the lead in the hands of Daryl Jacob, followed by Facuto in second, and then on the far rail is Honourable. Close up Paddy the Chef, nose banded Last Enchantment, Flash Danza is wide, and Tis Fantastic is the early back marker as they arrive at flight number 1. And gone there at the first was Honourable. Honourable has gone at the first. The second favourite out of the race blundered, and Jamie Moore appeared to have no chance. He was in amongst runners, maybe didn't get a clear view, but Torpedo comes to the second, over in front of Paddy the Chef, with on the outside Facuto, and then over on the far side in fourth is Last Enchantment. So early drama here. Tis Fantastic is way back in fifth, and then Flash Dancer. They're preceded by the loose horse Honourable. Not the best start to his hurdling career, but he looks none the worse, Honourable, and looking down the course, Jamie Moore is up on his feet okay. So about to swing right-handed and head downhill towards the back straight. And Torpedo leading the way to Facuto on the outside of Paddy the Chef, Last Enchantment, Flash Danza, and Tis Fantastic and James Best at the back of the field. When they turn into the back straight, they'll have a line of 4 flights to jump. Torpedo very much held together in front here by Daryl Jacob. Facuto making his English debut on the outside under Tom Scudamore, the outside of Paddy the Chef, as the loose horse goes up, ranges up alongside the leader as they approach the first of the 4 flights in the back straight. Last Enchantment is back in 4th place at this one. Torpedo jumps it well from Paddy the Chef in second, and now on towards the next. Torpedo by a couple of lengths to Paddy the Chef. Jumping well, Torpedo. Facuto over in third place, not quite so fluent. Then Last Enchantment. Flash Dancer got a reminder, and 'Tis Fantastic at the next. Torpillo with Paddy the Chef quite close now in second place as they cross the chase course on their way to the last flight in the back straight. Last Enchantment, very handy too. So too Facuto on the inside. This group of four are bunched together somewhat, followed by Flash Dancer and 'Tis Fantastic. Torpillo touches down in front, but narrowly, to Paddy the Chef in second place as they now approach the end of the back straight. Torpillo by a length to Paddy the Chef. Then Facuto round the inside, followed closely by Last Enchantment. These four are some way ahead now of the other two who are struggling on. Flash Dancer just ahead of 'Tis Fantastic. On their way back towards the home straight, and the run towards the last two flights of hurdles, uphill all the way. Torpillo, Daryl Jacob just stealing a half glance there to see in second place Tom O'Brien or Paddy the Chef. Then Last Enchantment and Facuto now under pressure. Still heading for the second last. Paddy the Chef yet to be shrugged off by Torpillo, but Torpillo seemingly travelling well as they approach this next flight. Torpillo goes maybe 2 lengths clear now of Paddy the Chef. Then Last Enchantment. Facuto getting very tired, 2 out. Torpillo jumps it well. Paddy the Chef, that was quite a tired on. Last Enchantment takes a real tumbling fall there, back in third place, and those behind getting very tired indeed. And it's Torpillo who went through soft ground, heavy ground indeed, so well here a month ago. Is the only one really galloping at the last. Didn't get so high, and even he is now looking a bit tired as well. Over in second, Paddy the Chef, and then back in third is Facuto, who's trying to run on, but it's Torpillo kept up to his work in the run up towards the line. He's going to defy a big penalty here, and once again in runaway fashion. Into second, Facuto staying on very gamely under jelly legs, followed in third by a tired Paddy the Chef.
Torpillo, the odds-on favourite for Nigel Twiston Davis, Daryl Jacob landing the Unibet Juvenile Hurdle at Sandown Park. Hopefully those fallers